Ja Morant said I'm fine in the West and proceeded to get packed up by Bron and the Lakers in just 6 games. I'm not going to lie, though, if Malika Andrews was interviewing me, I would have said the same thing. I wouldn't even have to be in the league. I'd be telling her, oh, yeah, I'm going to the league, first pick. I don't care, but let's go ahead and let's rebuild this Grizzlies team. We're going to go ahead and trade away Steven Adams, and we'll be bringing in Marvin Bagley III and Jalen Duren. That gets our team younger, adds more depth to our front court, seems like a solid move. We're also going to go out and get Clint Capella, but really I'm just getting him to trade him again. And the guy I'm looking at is Kevin Porter Jr. We can get younger in our backcourt, and we add that additional depth. So our backup 2 guard, we're going to play KPJ at the 2. Our backup 2 now will be KPJ, and then we've also got Tyus Jones. So we probably got the best backup backcourt in the entire league. So that's working for us, and we've got a bunch of team options. We're going to pick these up because we could potentially trade these guys, or they could be rotational pieces for us. Of course, Desmond Bane will probably be a guy who we continue to build with. But for Santi Aldama, I'm looking at trades because I wanted a backup small forward. We get Kenrich Williams and a first-round pick from the Thunder. We'll just move Kenrich Williams to the 3. And on the final day of free agency, I also went out and signed Hamidou Diallo for some additional small forward depth. All right, that pretty much wrapped things up. I cooked in the offseason, I'm not going to lie. Jalen Duren, a 19-year-old center for our team, so we get real young in the front court. We've got a nice young core here. Hamidou Diallo starting at the 3, which I'm not going to lie, I don't love, but we let Dylan Brooks walk, so we lost some small forward depth, although he was putting up tour date type shooting numbers against the Lakers. And I feel like with all the comments and stuff he made in the media, I don't know what the Grizzlies are going to do in terms of his future. Now, Ja Morant was an all-star this season, and we also had some other guys who were hooping and doing their thing around the all-star break. But one guy who I was kind of looking at and I was like, you're on fraud watch, I'm not going to lie, was Jaren Jackson Jr. And I saw Josh Giddey in the trade finder along with Russell Westbrook. Come on, you don't even have to tell me twice. Welcome to the team, Joshua. Welcome to the team, Russell. And we're going to move Josh Giddey to the small forward because he's pretty tall. And we're going to have Russell Westbrook run the backup point guard. But we need a backup 4 or actually a starting 4 as a result of this trade. And the guy I found was Spencer Dinwiddie. And you might be like, Spencer Dinwiddie's a point guard. Well, obviously you don't know ball because he's going to the power forward and he's 85 overall. Now our team looks even better. We've got Desmond Bane, we've got Josh Giddey, Bagley, Duren, KPJ, Spencer Dinwiddie, Xavier Tillman, and Russell Westbrook. Come on now. We also got Hamidou Diallo. My bad, I didn't forget about him. All right, Anthony Edwards averaged over 35 a game to win the 2024 MVP. That is ridiculous. And also, Alperen Sengun's with the Nuggets now? So they've got Jokic and Sengun. What is going on in this simulation? We'll just let 2K cook, I guess, because I've never seen Anthony Edwards put up these type of numbers in the 2024 season during Sim, and the T-Wolves are the number 1 seed. He was out there going crazy. We'll have to see what's going on in Minnesota. But we got Ja Morant and Desmond Bane and Josh Giddey leading the team in scoring. We've also got a lot of other guys getting buckets for us. I feel like it was a good, balanced scoring attack by our team. We've got a lot of options, a lot of guys who can score for us. But speaking of scoring, we got to investigate this Anthony Edwards 35 point per game season. He averaged 35.1, and Jaden McDaniels is at 86 now. Okay, something strange is going on in Minnesota. I'm not going to lie to you, but we'll just let them rock, I guess. I feel like they might be a playoff fraud type of team, a team that's good in the regular season, but kind of sells in the playoffs. We'll have to see, though. We've got the Denver Nuggets round 1, and 2K, usually they hate on the Nuggets pretty heavy, but it looks like this time they're not going to because we're down 3-1. But we're going to take the next 2 and force a Game 7, and in Game 7, we've got a close one. Ja Morant has the ball, gets the screen down the lane, and Ja Morant throws it down. Oh, let's get the replay. The slam cam. Oh, my goodness. And now the Denver Nuggets have a chance. A 3-pointer would be ideal to tie the game up for him. Nikola Jokic has the ball in the post, guarded by Jalen Duren. That terrible layup goes up, and it's off. All right, if we get a bucket here, it could be wraps. Ja Morant, oh my goodness, he hit a speed boost or something down the lane. Another dunk. Ja Morant, back-to-back dunks to close this one out for the Memphis Grizzlies. And let's go ahead and let's move on to the next round. It was a hard-fought series. Ja Josh Giddey with 20 assists in this one, Ja Morant with the 30 ball, and John Wall was hooping for the Nuggets. The Nuggets got something strange going on too. They got John Wall, Alperen Sengun. I don't know what's going on over there in Denver. But we've got Thunder Grizzlies round 2, and we did take away their point guard, Josh Giddey, so hopefully that will help us. He's playing small forward for us now. Game 1 we win, Game 2 we win. Look at who won the trade, man. That's a sweep. That was a good trade for us, obviously. In the conference finals, we've got Minnesota, so I was wrong about the regular season frauds thing, because if they beat us, they move on to the finals. But hopefully we can get this dub. Game 1 goes to them, okay? All right, we take a game. That's good. Okay, we're down 3-1. I don't think the 3-1 comeback's happening. We lose, and Anthony Edwards is moving on to the finals. Hawks in 7, though. Don't get it twisted. 2K loves Atlanta. Time for the offseason, and Russell Westbrook is on this behemoth of a contract. We got to go ahead and try and find a move because that's a whole lot of bread. Shout out Playboy Cardi. If you know, you know. All right, I think I've used that joke in another video, but reuse, reduce, recycle, you know? All right, so we're going to look at this trade with the Portland Trailblazers. Russell Westbrook, unfortunately, only has 1-star trade value, so maybe that's something I should have looked at more when I made that trade with the Thunder to get Josh Giddey, but if I can just trade a bunch of picks along with his salary and get Anthony Simons, that would be a huge dub. And we do exactly that. So now we've got another guard in our backcourt. Maybe that was something I overlooked, but we're going to run Anthony Simons as our backup PG. And I feel like as a backup PG, having a guy like Anthony is wild. And we're going to go ahead and look to bring back Desmond Bane. And I know y'all heard the voice crack. I'm not editing it out, though. Okay, so Desmond Bane, he wants a little over $22 million. I mean, a little over. That's like $500K over. That's a whole lot of money, but you know what I'm saying. In 2K, you'd press the button a couple times, and the guy's making like millions of dollars more. It's wild, man. The NBA salaries are crazy. But, oh my gosh, bro, the voice cracks. Xavier Tillman did leave our team, though. He ended up going to the Mavs. I got a little greedy and tried to give him less money, but ultimately, he ended up leaving us. We're going to bring in Isaiah Hartenstein to replace him. Don't love that, but it'll have to work. I mean, it did work. I'm not going to lie. We had a really good season, 54 wins on the year. Luka's the MVP, back to regular schedule programming. Jet Howard, most improved player. Quinn Snyder, coach of the year. This dude averaged almost 18 a game in his second season as a 79 overall. That's wild, but we're going to go ahead and get into the playoffs. Our guys didn't get any type of love on the All-NBA or All-Defensive teams, but that doesn't really matter. We're worried about the playoffs. We're worried about getting W's. We don't care about all these awards and all that. And the leading scorer for our team, to no surprise, was Ja Morant. Anthony Simons made an impact. I mean, maybe I shouldn't have traded for him, though, because we already got so many guards, and we have like a star point guard, but I just wanted that additional depth, so maybe it'll work out for us. We'll have to see. Round number 1, we've got the Utah Jazz, and for a round 1 matchup, I don't love the team we're going up against. They got Colin Sexton, Kyrie, Laurie, and Walker Kessler. That's a pretty good squad, I'm not going to lie to you. But we go ahead and we win Game 1 and Game 2, so maybe 2K doesn't feel the same way. We're up 3-1. All right, it looks like this series was easier than I anticipated. But now we got the Minnesota Timberwolves. They took us out last year. It's time to get revenge. Dennis Schroeder's running the point guard instead of Mike Conley this time. We'll see if we can get the dub. They take Game 1, we take Game 2, and we take Game 3. All right, that's promising. Okay, they're going to give us some comp, though. Okay, we're down. We're down. Game 7 here. Let's go ahead and let's see how this Game 7 goes. I do want to see if there's any adjustments that I think I should make to the rotation ahead of this one because this is a big game. Josh Giddey's kind of struggling shooting the ball, but he's averaging nearly a triple-double if you round up like a lot and round up badly. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's get into it. We've got this Game 7, and in Game 7, we're going to clutch it out. It was pretty close there at the end, but we did it. And Josh Giddey, man, Joshua, we need a little more from you. I mean, it was a decent game. We got a lot of scoring options, but I'd like Josh Giddey to get more buckets for us. Also, Anthony Edwards is a 97 overall, averaging almost 38 a game for the Minnesota Timberwolves. That is ridiculous, but we go ahead and we take them down in a hard-fought Game 7. Now we've got the Houston Rockets, who have a really good squad themselves. They have Clint Capella. Maybe we traded him there. Oh, yeah, it was the Kevin Porter Jr. trade. maybe that's going to come back and bite us. They're up 2-0. They're up 3-1. This might be wraps. Okay, we're fighting back. Game 7 here. Let's see if we can do it and make a finals. Nah, we blew it at the very end there. We were close, but we weren't able to get it done. We did all that effort to try and pull off this 3-1 comeback, but ultimately it was too little too late, and now we're done. Our season is wrapped, and we've got a Rockets versus Celtics finals. Now, who's sold in the playoffs, though? That's going to be important as we head into the offseason. I mean, Josh Giddey, he wasn't as good as I'd like, but his numbers all around were pretty good. One guy who stuck out to me as a pretty bad playoff performer for us, though, was Spencer Dinwiddie, and I'm trying to make a trade happen for Kristaps Porzingis. And after including some other role players and a couple future first-round picks, Kristaps Porzingis is now a Memphis Grizzly. And I'm going to get real crazy with the lineups. We're going to move Anthony Simons to the small forward, put Josh Giddey at the power forward. We'll run Desmond Bane at the 2, KP at the 5, John Morant at the 1. We're not going to be guarding anything, but it'll be okay. We'll just outscore the other team. I'm also going to trade KPJ for Bol because KPJ had less years on his deal than Bol. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring back Josh Giddey in free agency. That's very important. He's a key player for us. Otherwise, looking at other guys we got to bring back in free agency, Marvin Bagley III is another guy who I'm going to sign back to the team. And Zaire Williams, he wants a pretty big contract considering he hasn't really been playing for us, but I don't know. I guess we'll try and make a deal happen. I'm probably going to trade him because him asking for all that money is kind of crazy, but I guess we'll go ahead and do it. Give him the 5-year deal. And what was that, $15 million a year? He's back on the roster, though, not for long. I'm definitely going to trade him. Austin Reeves popped up in the trade finder, and he could definitely be a good player for us. I know he's on an expiring contract, but honestly, I don't want Zaire Williams' contract on the books for all those years. Same goes for Marvin Bagley III. If I can find a trade for him that I like, I'll do it. And Monte Morris is a backup PG. Doesn't sound too bad. Plus, we've already got Bol to run backup 4. Really, the only position we're missing is backup small forward. And the guy I'm going to get is Corey Kispert. He seems like a solid option for us. We'll go ahead and sign him to the team. Boom, he's on the roster. And now I feel like we might have our best roster yet. A ton of depth, a lot of youth on the team. We've got a really good team. So hopefully we can make something happen this season. We've had a lot of disappointing years. Hopefully this one can be a better one. And also, Giannis Antetokounmpo is on the Denver Nuggets. Tatum's on the Clippers. Whole lot of player movement in this one. But Jokic is still in Denver? So, that voice crack was wild. But we've got Jokic and Giannis in Denver. That is insane. Ben Simmons is back on All-NBA? This simulation might be broken. I don't know what's going on right now. But let's go ahead and get into the playoffs. This year, we only won 49 games. Not as good as some previous years, but still pretty good. And hopefully, we can just be a playoff team. Maybe we didn't take the regular season too serious. We were saving up our energy for the playoffs so we could lock in and get some dubs. Corey Kispert didn't even play that much for us. I thought he'd be a little bit more impactful for our team, but anyway, everybody else was good. Let's go ahead and let's get to it. Mavs versus Grizzlies round 1. And that's going to be an easy sweep. We weren't favored in the series as they were the 4th seed, but we were able to get it done. Now we've got the Grizzlies versus the Rockets. This is a team we faced in the past. Let's see if we can have a different outcome this time. We're down 2-1. We're tied up. That's good. We're down 3-2. And the Rockets are going to take this one in 6. All right, back to the drawing board, I guess. Let's try to make something happen. Anthony Edwards is the greatest basketball player of all time, apparently. All right, let's go ahead and let's bring back Anthony Simons. That's going to be important. He's been a big player for us. We'll also look to bring back Jalen Duren and Austin Reeves. And we're going to bring in Omer Yurtseven to play some center for us. So that's pretty much it for our offseason. I didn't really do too much because I felt like our team was really good last year. I feel like we have a great squad. And around the trade deadline this season, it seems like our team just isn't really clicking the way I'd like it to. We're only the 5 seed. I feel like we should be much better. Maybe we need some more depth, and this move can help us do that. Cam Thomas and Clint Capella, 285 overalls for our rotation. Doesn't seem like a bad move. And now we've got a new starting 2 guard. We've got a ton more depth, maybe a little too much at the center position, but hey, hopefully we can make it work heading into the playoffs. Luka Doncic is on a crazy run right now, man. I'm not going to lie to y'all. He's winning a whole lot of MVPs. Ron Holland, 6th Man of the Year. Mark Daniels, DPOY. Quinn Snyder, Coach of the Year. Dyson Daniels is the most improved player. He's in Golden State now. He left the Pelicans. And what is going on, Benjamin? Why are you cooking like this? I don't know what's going on in this simulation, man. It's been wild because I feel like we should be competing much more. And also, there's so many crazy moves going on in terms of player movement, like players joining different teams. I don't know what's going on. But in round number 1, we've got a rematch with the Rockets and we lose. I was just trying to get it over with quickly because at this point, the first round doesn't really matter. We're trying to advance to the finals, make deep playoff runs as the Jazz win the championship. And a guy who I think can help us make a run is Jared Allen. He's a great defender. We're going to trade away Omer Yurtseven and also Clint Capella and make that move happen. We're also going to bring a couple of our guys back, Bol and Monte Morris, but that's pretty much it for the offseason. Not too much that we really had to do. But also, since I've been at this so many seasons, and it looks like we're going to lose Cam Thomas because I guess we don't have bird rights, which sucks. But we don't even have enough money to bring back Bobo. We're kind of getting cooked right now. So this is going to be the last season of the video. If we don't win a championship, it is what it is, I guess. It's the final year of Ja's deal, final year of KP's deal. So we got to make something happen right now. I don't want to go too many more seasons because it seems like we've just been doing absolutely horrible. We're going to bring in Jalen Suggs to replace Cam Thomas, because Cam Thomas was an important player, a starting 2 guard, and we already kind of have a lot of bigs, so didn't feel like that was a bad move. But still, at the deadline, we're struggling, man. So I guess we got to look to make some more moves, try and get this team better. And I'm sorry, Joshua, I didn't want to do this, but if we can get 2 players who help us, maybe that's what we need to do, because it seems like 2K, maybe they favor not having as much star power, because it seems like we've had a lot of really high overall players. Maybe we need to balance it out a little bit more. Maybe we need some more defense. Jaren Jackson Jr., welcome back to the squad. I don't know, man. I'm kind of just trying things. This is the last season of the video, and what we were doing previously wasn't really working, so I'm trying something new as we were struggling at that trade, around that trade deadline. Luka wins another MVP. We didn't finish out the season that well, but maybe we can be a good playoff team. We've had so much experience with so many playoff runs. Hopefully this one is one where we can see a different result. We're in here as a number 4 seed, and we're going to get out of round number 1. And in round 2, we're going to lose to the Minnesota Timberwolves, of course, man. And the Utah Jazz, they're going to make the finals, and they've got Josh Giddey, and Josh Giddey's going to win the finals MVP. So moral of the story, the Grizzlies are not fine in the West. I try my best to help out the team. Hope y'all enjoyed. Have a great day. Be sure to like and subscribe.